Hello everybody, this is Wendy. Welcome. I'm so excited you're here with me today. I have a fun Stamparatus trick for you, and we're going to talk about Penelope the pig and craziness. So we're using birds of a feather. I love this stamp set, so cute. Each bird has a different holiday. The one we're using today is the Halloween guy. He's dressed up like a little pirate. He's a little ducky pirate. We're starting out using the Stamparatus tool, and I am closing my Stamparatus, whatever this is called, panel, I guess, gate, window thing, I don't know, on top to pick up the stamp, and I'm going to stamp in Cajun Craze, pumpkin pie, and crushed curry. And I want kind of an ombre effect or a gradient effect. So we're going to stamp, take the panel out of its hinges, move it down, stamp again, move it down, stamp again, and we're going to change colors as we go. So you're going to see that process. And this is just really simple and easy to do, and such a fantastic fun way to get a fun pattern and design on your card. You could use the same color over and over. You can use different colors every time. You could really mix it up. I just wanted to use these stars, and this is what came to my mind of how to use them on this card. So we're going to do that, and this piece of cardstock is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and then I just put it in as a full card base into the Stamparatus. While I'm doing that, we're going to have a little story time. If you're new to my channel, I like to chat about things going on in my life and things that are happening, and the people who watch my channel are used to that. If that's not your gig, that's totally fine. I'm probably just not the YouTuber for you. But if you are interested in what I have going on, because most of my life is kind of comical, then stick around and I hope you enjoy. So, first I should tell you all of the products I'm using today are listed below the video. Also, you have till September 15th to take advantage of my September special promotion, which is buy $100 in product and then choose $20 free from me. And you have to email that to me, the $20 in free product that you want. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, you have until September 15th to take advantage of that. Okay, so really quick before I get into this story, I'm going to go back to the top, move my stamp, and then we're going to do this whole process over again. Okay, we got a pig a couple weeks ago, and this video was originally planned to go up on Wednesday. I told the entire story, recorded the entire video, the whole 9 yards. My computer had a weird glitch. I've never had it happen before. And I lost my video. So you didn't get the video on Wednesday because it was gone, and I had to re-record the voiceover part. Thank God I still had the actual video on my phone, so I was able to recover that piece of it, but the voiceovering piece still had to happen again. So anyway, bottom line is I spent Wednesday fixing up my computer. Thursday, I had people here helping me with paper share. Thank you, Marcia and Deborah. I appreciate you. And of course, sister. And then, so if you did sign up for my holiday paper party, that's going to be in the mail to you next Tuesday, September 17th. In the midst of all of these things, I thought it was going to be a good idea to get a pig. So Penelope the potbelly pig was at the animal shelter, and she had been abandoned. And I thought, we could have a potbelly pig. We'll just let her live with the chickens. No prob. And I talked to the animal control people about this, and I said, like, she's not going to have her own space. She would live with the chickens. Is that going to be okay? Do you think it'll work? Yes, it'll work. It'll be fine. Okay. So we go through the process of, I go down there, we look at her, she's super friendly, we pet her, we love on her, we bring her home. She's not really normal the first couple days she's here, which is to be expected. She's been uprooted from what she knows, and So she finally kind of gets in the groove of things and starts tearing up the fencing. So that starts becoming a problem, and we fix it and we fix it and we fix it. And then she keeps getting out in the yard. So let me paint you a picture. The Harry Potter party I threw for my daughter was awesome. And the morning of that party, Friday morning, I had to get up. I made cupcakes, the kind of cupcakes I made I had never made before. Isn't this pretty, by the way, with the stars? And I'm in the middle of making cupcakes, and I look out my window and I see that Penelope is in the yard. So I'm trying to get Penelope back in. I'm trying to make the cupcakes. After I do all these things, I realize that I've left the big gate to the chicken coop open. So now all my chickens are out, but Penelope's put herself back in the pig pen area. So now I'm chasing around chickens, trying to catch all my chickens and get them back in the coop. It was an absolute madhouse. I had to go get balloons blown up. I had all kinds of things. I come back in the house, and Truvy has gotten on the counter. Truvy's my Vizsla. She's a big dog. She has managed to get her paws up on the counter just enough to claw the paper towel that had the graham crackers on them over to her, and pulled the graham crackers down for her and the two other dogs to enjoy. So yeah, like it was a total madhouse. Back to the card real quick. I'm using Daffodil Delight, and I'm just doing some shading up underneath his body where his legs would be a little bit darker, and in certain areas of his beak, like where the fold is at, that would be a little bit darker. And then I'm going in with Light Mango Melody. You really can use several different Stampin' Blends together. You don't have to just use a light and a dark in one color. So I'm using the light and dark Daffodil Delight and the light Mango Melody here to create his little feet and beak. And then we're going to do some coloring on his vest and the little pumpkin. We're going to use some Cajun Craze, some pumpkin pie, light and dark pumpkin pie, and blend it all out. Okay, back to Penelope. So anyway, we finally get the fences fortified enough to where she can't get out, but she is not happy. Like, I don't know what it is, and my chickens are not happy. They are miserable. So Penelope, sadly, is going to have to go back to the animal shelter. We've tried everything, but yesterday, the straw that broke the camel's back is she bit my daughter. And I was like, okay, this isn't working. We can't do this. I've never had a pig before. She's the first pig that we ever have tried to own. She will probably be the last pig we ever tried to own. And normally we never relinquish an animal. Like, this is not a normal procedure for us. But she was rescued from a situation where she may have started to go feral, and we're just, it's not safe at this point for my family or for Penelope. So I think the best thing for her is that she's very happy at the shelter. She has her own space there. I think they will just continue to look for a home for her. And I pray and hope that she finds a really good home. And it's super hard for me, like really heartbreaking, because I wanted to make it work so badly. But I just have to draw the line at her biting my kid. That's not going to work. So anyway, that's the story with Penelope. It's very sad, but it has been an interesting, she's brought us some good laughs and some interesting adventures while she's been with us. And we will, make a donation to the animal shelter in hopes to help them with finding a home for Penelope. So we will do that. So anyway, that's what's been going on there. I taught my first Sunday school lesson. I was putting, just FYI, back onto the card, I was doing light smoky slate just in a very small area on the duck to just give a little bit of shading, because the duck is white and I'm not going to color the duck. So I want to put a little bit of shading there just to kind of re-emphasize the white on the duck, if that makes any kind of sense at all. And then for his hat, I'm doing black, dark black, light black, and then dark smoky slate, and blending them all kind of out and together. So the skull will remain white. I'll leave that white. And then we're going to assemble the card. So what else has been happening? So we had an interesting event happen yesterday. No, it was Wednesday. All of a sudden, my daughter's like, I smell smoke. And we went outside and there was like plumes of smoke really close to our house. So I live in Northern California. And so wildfires are a very real situation where I live. I'm not actually we don't live very far from Paradise. We live about 2.5, 3 hours from Paradise, California, where the whole entire town incinerated. And so, yeah, when we smell smoke, we get very anxious and we get on alert and we start looking for where it's at. So, we went outside and somebody's vehicle, their catalytic converter was sparking down the highway and literally starting fires as they were driving down the highway. So there were little bitty grass fires all along the highway, right out in front of where we live. And that was crazy. So I went to church because I was going to Bible study, and yeah, there were like 6 different fires that had been lit going down the highway. Everything got put out. Thank you, Jesus. Thanks for the firemen for such quick response. Everything got put out and everything was safe and good. By the way, this is Daffodil Delight, and I used the layering circle framelits to cut out these scallop circles. And then the regular circles are with the stitched shapes framelits or dies. I keep saying framelits, but they're dies now. And then the other thing is, I have to tell you guys this. We're going to have to continue this story because I'm running out of time. But every Wednesday night I go to Bible study, or I try to. And my father-in-law is actually the one that conducts Bible study. And he does a really good job. Really makes you think about some of the stories in the Bible. And this last week we were talking about, we were in Luke chapter 22. And it's when Jesus is basically starting to tell them that, you know, what is going to happen in the end, right? Which is the second coming of Jesus. So if you don't believe in that, I don't need comments about it. That's just my personal belief. It's totally fine. Everybody has their thing. This is just what I believe. I believe in the Bible. I believe Jesus is the Son of God. So to each their own. Okay. So please don't stress about what I'm believing. I won't stress about what you're believing. I promise. So, anyway, in this story, in this time that Jesus is talking, he's telling about, you know, when he comes back, and there's a scripture that says, you know, we have to be like ready at any time. And I say out loud, because it's a very interactive Bible study, and I say out loud, what if you're going number 2 when Jesus comes? Can you imagine? Like, these are the kinds of things that I think about. What if I'm on the toilet and I'm going number 2 and Jesus shows up? And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I literally think about things like that. Like, that would be so embarrassing. Like, oh, Jesus, can you give me like 5 minutes? I'm so sorry. Like, this is so embarrassing. Can you just give me a second? I think about these kinds of things. Or what if I'm getting dressed, I'm putting my bra on, and Jesus shows up and he's like, it's time to go, hun. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess since ultimately they created me, right? Like, God created me, it's fine, whatever he sees. But I'm just saying, could we maybe not have that happen while, like, Jesus comes back? That's my hope and prayer. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. I always do. Shop with me at Shop Love and Stampin'. I'll talk to you soon.